Hey everybody, welcome back to some more early morning barking, talking about BPD and MPD by somebody that has both. At the end of the video, I'll be revealing the location of the Lost Ark of the Covenant, so make sure you stick around for that. Until then, I'd like to talk about masking. It's a big thing that I haven't talked about for a while, so hey, what the hell, let's do it. Masking is when we take on other personalities to replace what is lacking in ourselves. This comes as part of both BPD and MPD. For various reasons, in the BPD we are replacing, as I say, what we think is lacking. We don't develop our own personality, so we tend to absorb it from people around us and people that we see. I got a lot of mileage out of the cast of Star Trek The Next Generation. Or I should say, really, the characters of Star Trek The Next Generation. Not so much from Jonathan Frakes the man, more Commander Riker, that kind of thing. You understand what I'm saying. Whereas the MPD side, that can be a much more defensive thing. We're taking on, first of all, if we take on a new personality, then we are a step removed from what is actually happening in the real world, right? We didn't screw up, the personality did. It wasn't us that someone didn't like, it was that personality, not us. It puts up a barrier, it keeps us safe, it keeps us away from the world, a step removed. And we might also be, I don't know, feeling inadequate in ourselves and feel that we need to absorb and perform a personality of someone we perceive to be stronger or more like how we would like to be. That kind of thing. And this was something when I started in treatment that I found very intriguing and realized that I did it a lot. And the problem with doing this is that you aren't there. Ultimately, it's a very empty thing to do. You're doing a performance instead of being a person. You aren't really in existence, so to speak, because who are you? What are you doing? What are you like? We don't know. We know what these characters you've seen are like. You're putting on a performance, but who are you? And the longer we keep up these masks, especially on the BPD side, the longer we keep up these masks, the longer we go without ourselves. And that's a very scary thing to do, and a very long task to get through. Because in order to be yourself, you have to answer these questions, right? Who are you? Who is yourself? What is yourself? Why is yourself? All of these questions, you have to answer them. And you don't have the answer right now. That's fine. I understand that. I didn't have the answer. I still don't have all of the answers. I just have more of them than I did several years ago. And I'm still working on it. But what I'd done is I'd got into I'd let my guard down with masks, with masking and personality absorbing. I'd let my guard down with it, and I kind of forgotten about it. Just sort of fallen into the trap of doing it as I always did. And because it's easy to do. It is protective on MPD side. It makes life easier on the BPD side. It's better to do. It's just nicer. It's a security blanket. An MPD blanket. There we go. A blanket of masks. That sounds like a Legend of Zelda game. Anyway. I found them. I'm doing it less when I sit and analyze it. Because I'm building that personality as it is. As that becomes stronger, as I become able to answer more of those questions that I talked about, then the need for masks disappears. Maybe that's why I'd sort of forgotten about them. It's happening so infrequently now. There are so few situations in which I'm totally uncomfortable. There are so few situations in which I feel it necessary to be someone other than me. And those times have happened in the past, and there are still different versions of me, right? There are still different types of me that come out at different occasions. And that feels like a reasonably normal thing to do. And it's less exaggerated now. But I'm a little out of practice with stuff. And there are a few things that I used to do that I've not done since therapy, so I don't know how they've gone. You know, one great masking performance area in my life used to be when we had listener meetups for the podcast network I used to run. And sort of 30, 40 people on a good time, sometimes far less, would come from miles around, sometimes on a good time, sometimes from quite locally, to meet up and have a drink and meet people that made the podcast I listened to. And they didn't get the same version of me that you get, or that my girlfriend gets, or that my parents get, or my friends, or my sister. They get podcast Rich, right? The guy they've been listening to. And it's like a character based on me. It's me, but it's a performance outward going me. And I've not done that for years now. I don't know how we could do that now. I wouldn't do that sort of thing anymore. But that used to be a big test of things. And that used to be a time that I started to get more comfortable. It began as a performance, but it just became me. And I enjoyed it. And I enjoyed being outgoing and extroverted. And it was great fun. And you know, that still sticks around. That's what gets us here. Right? That's what gets me on a video, for goodness sake. But the need for it is becoming less, or maybe I'm integrating stuff more into my personality. I'm getting a personality. That's what it is. That's what it is. One way or another. There's some stuff that was already there that I'm discovering, and there's new stuff that I'm adding. And the combination of all of it is like snowballing. It's getting better, and all these other coping mechanisms are falling off by the wayside. But I'm managing to sort of hold on to good stuff that I like. I guess after a while, you become more practiced at identifying behaviors that you don't like and just eliminating them one way or another. See, all this stuff just takes time and practice. I know it's hard work, but you can do it. You know what else you can do is pop down and hit the like and subscribe button. It really helps the channel, and you get more videos like this one. Or you can indeed go on over to patreon.com/earlymorningbarking and sign up for more videos there and stuff, and sending me messages. We've got a Discord that's very quiet. It's lovely though. I like quiet Discords, I'm learning, because doing a public loud Discord is a nightmare. I don't like nightmares anymore. I don't need that again. Anyway, like and subscribe, hit the update bell. Leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. You take care. I'll see you later. Bye.